years in Siberia. I went to a place called, well, I started out Hershey, but they traded me when I was 22 to Springfield Indians with Eddie Shore, the Darth Vader of hockey. Absolutely the toughest man in sports that ever came down the pike. It was 3.5 years of hell. I'll tell you how bad it was. When players misbehaved in the National Hockey League, they said, behave or we're sending you to Springfield. And they would. They sent Gump Worsley one time. He wasn't, Phil Watson and him weren't getting along. And everybody it was like Devil's Island. And that's where they sent them in. And guys actually had it in their contract. They couldn't be sent to Springfield. That's how bad it was. I spent 3.5 years there. I was making $4,500 for 9 years. And in the 10th year, they cut me to $3,750. Well, I was coaching in Rochester, and I have to admit I was pretty good. I was there 2 years. I went from an unemployed guy. I couldn't get a job on construction. And I was lucky I got a job in Rochester as they phoned me, do you want to coach there? 8 guys had bought the club and in Rochester, New York. And I said, yeah, and I'll be general manager too. And I had no players. And we ended up ahead of all the rest of the players. I was coach of the year once, twice. The third, Harry Sinden, my friend, asked me to, would I like to coach the Bruins? I said yes. I went from an unemployed construction guy to coach of the Boston Bruins in 3 years. It's a funny thing. When I played in the American Hockey League, Bobby Orr changed the whole game. Before that, we had big defensemen who stayed home. If you went near the goalie, they'd absolutely murder you. But then I heard down in the American League, this kid, Bobby Orr, he's changing the whole game. He's up the ice all the time and everything. And I really didn't like the way he played. I used to see him on, I didn't like the way, and I heard these things about him. So I was playing for the Rochester Americans, and we went in to play the Boston Braves. And that was the American Hockey League. Well, Bobby Orr was skating that morning in a practice. Now, you have to think, I was 37 years old at the time. I'd seen everything. I'd been all the camps with Gordy and Maurice and the whole deal. I'd been to every training camp for a cup of coffee, and then I was gone. So I'd seen them all. I saw Bobby Orr, and it was like Sonny Jim Fitzsimmons, the old horse trainer, when he saw Secretariat for the first time. I couldn't believe it. A true story. He was going down the right side of the boards. He cut into center ice, and somehow he lost his glove at center ice. A lot of people out there know this story because it's like Babe Ruth's home run. He went in and it was killing. He backed up, skating backwards with the puck. Now, his glove's at center ice. He reached down, picked up the glove, whirled around, raced down the right side, fired the puck on the net. Gary Smith told me this, who was in the net, Gary Suitcase Smith, juggled the puck. As he went behind the net, he hit it out of the air in the top corner. It's the only time both benches stood up and cheered for a goal. The most watched thing in Canada is Coach's Corner. Even in Quebec, where they don't like the English, way in the heartland of Quebec, they'll watch the game in French. I'm not humble, by the way, as you can see. Good looking, but I'm not humble. And they'll switch over to Coach's Corner in English. And people plan their parties around leaving after Coach's Corner. We put Coach's Corner 2 years ago on at the end of the second period, and we got such a reaction because the kids go to bed after Coach's Corner. So you figure it out. I can't figure it out. I just go and do it. And I think it's the clothes, actually. I can't keep doing this forever because there's no doubt that I'm going to be put off television. They're going to come in. I know how they're going to say it, Don. This is how they're going to say it. I've got it figured out. Don, we're going to go in a new direction. But hey, listen, I never expected to last 11 years. I thought I'd be off in a couple of years. And if they don't like it, that's fine with me. I'll say, toodaloo, I've had a good time. I had a good run at it, and see you later. And I've been told by many people, Don, just cool it a little. And, you could last forever here, but if you cool it, that's no fun.
Thanks, Grapes. We appreciate the time. Now Brute presents the Check of the Week. Brute, men are back. When New York Ranger Jay Wells comes a-knocking, the Garden crowd starts rocking. Stay tuned. Check it out.
Oh, slammed into hard by Jay Wells with a big hit.
Clean hit, good hit.
Michael Pavanka hit by a runaway truck.
Bingo.
It's been capital punishment for the Washington Caps. They are known as a team that starts the season slowly. Sure enough, this year they opened with 6 straight losses. But that was followed by a period of 9 wins in 11 games. And that was followed by another losing spell. The bad start caused a lot of problems.
I think frustration was definitely setting in with all of us. We're all frustrated. We didn't look like a team on the ice. We were really forcing things out there. We weren't doing little things. We've talked about it every year. It's the same thing. We go through it as we approach training camp. We talk about why, let's not have this streak. Maybe it's too much talking about it.
The good news was supposed to be about Dale Hunter in the end of his 21-game season-opening suspension. Hunter returned recently, and his impact was immediately positive. In his first game back, Hunter had 2 assists in a 4-4 tie with Pittsburgh. The Capitals had definitely missed him.
For Dale Hunter to make his debut, and he finds Pete breaking it all alone. Oh, and he shoots it wide. Hatcher scores!
But in his very next game, Dale Hunter suffered a knee injury while playing against the New York Rangers. He will not be back for at least a month. Deja vu had struck.
I missed Dale a whole lot in those 21 games. Even though you're right, we did prepare and we knew that he wasn't going to be with us. But we expected him to be back and be with the club the rest of the year when his time was up. Now he's going to be gone for another 4 to 6 weeks, and it's very difficult to replace what he brings to our hockey club.
He was only back for a game and a half, and we didn't get too used to having him back before he's out again. So I think we have the ability just to revert back to where we were without him.
Hunter's absence once again places continuing leadership responsibilities on the likes of Dave Poulin. He may be a newcomer to Washington, but Poulin is no stranger to handling the task.
I talked to Poulin about continuing with the same kind of role. Be the leader, show your experience, your poise in the dressing room, off the ice, on the ice, and help this team get through some troubled times right now. And he's following the instructions. He's doing a great job. I'm really happy with what he's brought to the hockey club.
The team's leading scorer is veteran Mike Ridley, who's on a respectable 85-point pace. Additional help is counted upon and being received from Al Iafrate. Last year, Iafrate was one of a record-setting trio of Caps defensemen with 20 or more goals. Iafrate had 25, Sylvain Cote had 20, and Kevin Hatcher led the group with 33. But this year, Hatcher is far off that pace, and thoughts of a Norris Trophy may be haunting him.
I set that as a realistic goal. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, is to win a Stanley Cup, and a personal achievement would certainly be is to win a Norris Trophy, and that's it. I've got to be on top of my game every game, and that's what I'm looking for.
No one doubts Kevin Hatcher's abilities, or for that matter, the abilities of the Washington Capitals. But in their most recent game, it was clear they were still taking their lumps. The Caps were beaten 6-4 by the Islanders for their 6th loss in 8 games.
I think to a man we're struggling right now. I think if you went through every single guy in our hockey team and said who is playing to their absolute potential, maybe you'd have 1 or 2 guys and that's it. And from that standpoint, it's very encouraging because we've got a good hockey club.
There's a lot of hockey left, and the Washington Caps will be heard from before it's over. Now it's time for Teamwork, A Better Way, brought to you by Glidden, a better way to paint. The Boston Bruins execute a tic-tac-toe scoring play that just doesn't get any prettier. At first, it looks like Ted Donato's on a breakaway, but watch the passes. A goal to cherish in Boston for a long time. Ted Donato to Adam Oates to Glenn Murray. That's teamwork. That's a better way. Our show continues in the Pacific Division. This has been the most difficult season in the 14-year history of the Edmonton Oilers. Talk of the team leaving town, a 3-18-3 start. No one took it harder than Coach Ted Green.
Ted Green's team goes down to defeat after playing a fairly decent game.
Short-handed breakaway. Zdeno Seeger missed the net.
Terrible giveaway just at the Edmonton blue line, and walks in, and does he wire this shot?
The Maple take the lead for the first time in the game. 12.8 seconds left. 3-2.
wonder whether he would rather coach in the National League or test bulletproof vests.
Green was suffering from health problems like kidney stones and suffering in other ways as well. Finally, a change was made.
You know, I think first of all, everyone should understand that I don't see this as as something that Teddy wasn't doing right or isn't doing. It was that the team just wasn't going anywhere the way we were, and we had to do something to try and snap them out of it. And this is the most drastic move that we can make.
I don't think that it is his fault, or the only people that blame are us as players. We haven't been playing for him, and I am surprised and I'm disappointed. I wish that he was still going to be our coach. It hurts a lot, and I think it's going to hurt a lot of the guys because he's the type of guy. He's not just our coach. He cares about us, and he shows that. And I think a lot of people realize that he does really care about us as people too, not just as hockey players.
Glenn Sather himself would be taking the reins. The Edmonton coach for the first 10 years of the club's existence, Sather compiled the third-best winning percentage in league history. He was no stranger behind the bench.
I don't think I could have put this on somebody else. So I think that under the circumstances, I was the obvious guy to do it.
Sather's return was impressive. The Oilers, who had won only once in the last 22 games, were successful. Edmonton defeated Vancouver 2-1. A victory was much needed.
We played well. We got a good effort from everyone, and they listened, they paid attention, and they worked very hard, and they did all the things that I asked them. So,
You know, the first game, you're going to be a little excited and nervous a little bit to play for somebody else. Glenn's a little different behind the bench than Teddy was, and he's a little more vocal and this and that. I mean, it's normal you want to play well for your new coach, and that happened, and we were pretty excited, and we worked hard, and we came up on top.
Pick your head up. Here they come.
Robbery there!
Shot.
Save! In front of the net!
Time for another edition of Top 5 Saves.
They burrow in trying to get it. Jab back along the board. Joe Sakic there, pinching with Stevens out in front. Holik with it. Rising shot into the pad of Thibault. Well, he did get it lifted off the ice, but not quite enough as Thibault stacked the pads and blocked it.
Taken there by Nieuwendyk. To Fleury. Dances away from Weinrich. Gets him over the line. Around another man. Cuts it. But shoots. Hackett! A glorious save. Fleury nearly made a highlight film connection, but Jeff Hackett shut the door.
Housley retreats. Tried to get it through Randheim now. Back to Drury, the shot. What a save by Joseph. Oh, mamma mia.
Curtis Joseph saw that one all the way, but it was a knuckleball from Drury. And the quick reactions of Cujo got that left hand up, made the save.
When he gets in the position in front of the net, Tucker lets the wrist shot go. Bubbles in front. Howard Chuck sweeps it right to the line, and Terreri is there.
Oh, what a marvelous save that was. Watch the goalie stick of Chris Terreri after the great move by Howard Chuck. What a sensational save by Chris Terreri.
Here's Jamnoff with Borsato. They crisscross at the line. Nice move by Jamnoff. Going to the net. Here's Borsato over the net. Great save by Grant Fuhr, who got his glove out and took a sure goal away.
That could be the save of the year. Absolutely had only the glove going for him. Oh, they don't make him any better than that.
Take a shot with us next time as Brute presents Hockey Week. Hockey Week was brought to you by Brute. Brute, men are back.
Come fly the airline of